Tonight, something rare is happening. Something that does not open every month, does not open every year, and only reveals itself when heaven aligns with your destiny. And if this video found you today, in this exact moment, understand one thing with absolute clarity. This is not an accident. This is a summon A call issued from a realm that has been watching you, waiting for you, preparing you. Over the last hours, your body may have felt different. A sudden heaviness, then an unexplained lightness, a pressure in the chest that disappears as fast as it comes, a strange sense that time is moving differently around you. Maybe your sleep has been broken by vivid dreams you can't fully remember, yet somehow feel connected. Maybe your emotions have been unpredictable, shifting between calm and intensity without warning. Maybe your intuition has been louder than usual, almost intrusive, as if something inside you is trying to get your attention. You're not imagining it. You're not overthinking. You're reacting to a frequency that only the awakened can feel. Because today, the 11th of November, portal opened. And when it opens, it scans the souls of the chosen. It activates the ones who are ready and stirs the ones who have been asleep for too long. It presses on everything that is out of alignment. It pulls forward everything you avoided. It amplifies what you desire and exposes what you fear. This portal does not speak in words. It speaks in sensations, synchronicities, sudden clarity, emotional waves, and a magnetic pull toward what your spirit has been trying to show you. You're feeling the shift because it is already inside your field. Your soul recognized the opening before your mind did. And let me be very clear. What is happening right now is not subtle. It is not soft. It is not gentle. This energy arrives like a spotlight, searching through every corner of your inner world. It illuminates the truth you need to face, the decisions you've been postponing, the calling you pretended not to hear. The chosen ones always feel the portal before they understand it. The body reacts first. The consciousness catches up later. If any part of you felt off today, if any part of you felt that something invisible was shifting, if any part of you sensed the beginning of a new cycle without knowing why, it's because the portal already touched you, and what comes next will demand your presence, your awareness, your courage, and your alignment. Stay with me until the very end, because if you miss what I'm about to reveal, you might miss the entire activation. Before we go deeper, like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and comment 99 below. 99 is the code of completion. It signals to the universe that you are ready to close the old cycle and step into the new one that the 11th of November portal is unlocking for you right now. The truth is simple, but it is never obvious. 11/11 is not a date. It is a doorway disguised as a number. It is a moment when the fabric between dimensions thins just enough for your spirit to hear what your ordinary mind keeps ignoring. When this alignment happens, reality bends, frequencies spike, your internal compass recalibrates, and the veil, the one separating what you see from what truly is, becomes almost transparent. This is why, on days like today, intuition feels louder, synchronicities multiply, and something inside you whispers, "Pay attention." Because the energy behind 11/11 does not behave like a calendar event. It behaves like a summoning code, a vibrational signal sent only to those who carry the capacity to respond. Think of 11/11 as a cosmic password, not one you type, but one you resonate with. A sequence that only unlocks for the awakened, a pattern recognized not by the mind, but by the soul. When the universe broadcasts this frequency, most people walk past it without noticing. But you don't. You feel it like a pulse, like a soft electrical current moving through the edges of your awareness. That's because 11/11 enters your field through sensation, not logic. Through perception, not explanation. It activates the part of you that remembers things you never consciously learned. Before a portal opens, the chosen ones begin experiencing symptoms long before they understand their meaning. Emotional waves rising without warning, not random, but triggered by energetic calibration. Sudden bursts of clarity that seem to come out of nowhere. Moments where the answer appears before the question. Anxiety and peace dancing inside you at the same time. Not chaos, but spiritual acceleration. Memories you thought were resolved resurfacing with unexpected intensity. Not regression, but release. A tiredness that feels different, deeper, as if your body is negotiating with invisible frequencies, and dreams so vivid they linger in your chest even after you wake. The kind of dreams that feel like messages, not imagination. And here is the part most people don't understand. These sensations are not glitches. They are pre-activation signals. They are the universe testing your bandwidth, checking if your spirit can hold the frequency that's arriving. If you've been feeling any of these signs lately, pay attention. It means you were selected. It means the portal is interacting with your energy because something in you is ready for the next layer of your path. What makes 11/11 so powerful is not the number itself. It is the alignment behind it. 4 pillars, perfectly mirrored. 2 realms, temporarily synced. A moment where intention becomes a magnet and avoidance becomes a barrier. On this day, nothing stays neutral. Every thought expands. Every emotion echoes. Every decision shapes a new direction. 11/11 reveals who is drifting and who is awakening. But here is where the mystery sharpens. The signs you are feeling are not the destination. They are the threshold. The portal doesn't open because of the symptoms. The symptoms appear because the portal already began opening inside you energetically. Quietly, relentlessly. The sensations are not the message. They are just the knock on the door. And if the signs feel intense now, if the shifts feel unmistakable, if the pull feels undeniable, that is only the beginning. The real test starts now. Before a portal opens, the soul enters a phase that most people misinterpret. They call it chaos. They call it bad days. They call it emotional instability. But the awakened, they feel something deeper, something that cannot be explained to anyone who hasn't touched this frequency. In the hours and days leading up to November 11th, an inner storm rises, not to punish you, but to prepare you. A confusion that feels strangely intelligent, a heaviness that moves with direction, a pressure that comes in waves, as if something invisible is clearing space inside your chest. Restlessness at night, sudden wake-ups at specific hours, dreams that feel like warnings or initiations. A strange sensation of detox happening inside your mind, your emotions, and even your physical body. None of this is random. None of this is coincidence. This is what happens when the portal begins touching your aura before you are consciously ready to step through it. Most people fear this stage. They think they're losing control, losing stability, losing themselves. But the chosen ones know, or at least sense, that something else is happening under the surface. The discomfort isn't a sign of collapse. It's a signal of contact. The portal interacts with your frequency long before it physically arrives in the timeline. It probes your field, searching for what cannot be carried into the next level. Old wounds buried for years begin to rise with unexpected intensity. Emotions that make no logical sense start spilling out. A sadness with no story. A frustration with no target. A yearning with no name. You're not malfunctioning. You're being cleaned. You're being stripped of layers that were never truly yours. You are not breaking. You are being purified. The energy of 11/11 does not negotiate. It does not allow heavy frequencies to cross with you. It will reject the identities you have outgrown, push away the people who drain your spirit, and expose the traumas you thought you could ignore forever. Anything that does not resonate with your next level will be shaken loose. That's why, lately, you may have felt disconnected from environments that once felt familiar, bored with conversations that used to entertain you, repelled by people whose energy suddenly feels off. You might have felt the urge to isolate, to withdraw, to disappear from the noise of the world. That's because the portal is filtering your field, removing what cannot survive the transition. This purification does not happen gently. It arrives like a force, like something ancient pulling threads out of your chest, like a truth rising that you can no longer silence if everything has felt intense lately. It's because you are being pushed into alignment. The portal doesn't wait for your schedule. It doesn't ask for permission. When your soul is eligible for the upgrade, the process begins, ready or not. You may feel disconnected from the version of yourself you were just a few weeks ago, and you should. That version is dissolving. But here is the part most people never realize. This purification stage is not the final initiation. It is only the preparation. It is the space between who you were and who you must become to cross the threshold. The storm inside you is the universe rearranging your internal structure, clearing the static so your spiritual receptors can finally hear the message that was meant for you all along. And just when the intensity reaches its peak, when you think, why is everything happening at once? Why do I feel so much? That's when the truth becomes unavoidable. The energy is not attacking you. It is sculpting you, positioning you, aligning you. Because the portal does not open for those who cling to the old, it opens for those who have space for the new. But the activation, the real activation, only happens for those who perform one essential step. If the purification was the test, this moment is the instruction. The portal does not respond to fear, expectation, or chaos. It responds to alignment. And alignment is not something you stumble into by accident. It is something you choose, consciously, deliberately, with every breath. Right now, in this exact moment, what you do with your energy determines what the portal will allow into your path. This is why the next steps are not optional. They are required, sacred, non-negotiable. The first step is silence. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of noise. Noise from the world, noise from other people's opinions, noise from your own mind trying to explain what your soul already knows. Silence is what allows you to hear the frequency. It's the doorway where intuition becomes louder than logic, and guidance becomes sharper than doubt. In silence, the portal speaks in sensations, images, impulses, and inner knowing. This is why, today, even a few minutes of intentional stillness can shift your entire vibration. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly, not to relax, but to receive. When the world quiets, your spirit becomes a receiver for the code being transmitted through 1111. Without silence, you miss it. With silence, you synchronize with it. The second step is intention setting, not the kind of intention filled with desires, demands, or wishful thinking. The portal does not respond to begging, it responds to clarity, purpose, alignment. When you set an intention today, it should come from your soul, not your ego. This is why your intention shouldn't be, I want. It should be, I am ready, I release, I align, I return to who I was meant to be. When you speak intentions like these, they become vibrational commands, not directions toward something external, but an invitation for the universe to rearrange everything around your inner truth. Write it, whisper it, think it with conviction. The portal will feel the frequency behind the words, not the words themselves. The third step is energy detachment. This is where most people fail without realizing it. Arguments, gossip, pointless debates, social media distractions, emotional triggers, all of these create energetic static, and static blocks the transmission. Today, you must become intentional about what and who you let into your field. Avoid conversations that pull you into negativity. Distance yourself from environments that feel heavy. Walk away from reactions that drain your power. Detachment is not coldness. It is protection. It is the act of saying, I cannot carry this energy into the portal. I choose peace over noise. The moment you detach from what drains you, your frequency rises instantly, and the portal recognizes the elevation. The fourth step is gratitude, but not the shallow kind. Gratitude is not about listing blessings. It is about shifting timelines. When you feel genuine gratitude, even for things that have not yet manifested, you align your vibration with what is already waiting for you in the unseen. Gratitude is the universal key. It tells the portal, I am in harmony with what I seek. It transforms your energy in seconds. Gratitude is expansion. Gratitude is surrender. Gratitude is the signal that tells the portal you are not operating from fear, but from readiness. And readiness is what allows you to cross. The final step is presence. The truth no one tells you is that the portal does not actually open outside first. It opens inside you. The external event is only a reflection of an internal shift. Be here. Be in your body. Feel your breath. Observe your thoughts without clinging to them. Presence anchors your energy into the timeline where the portal exists. If your mind drifts to the past or anxiously jumps into the future, you disconnect from the frequency. Presence keeps you aligned with the exact moment the portal becomes accessible. And here's the part that most people don't realize. Doing these steps isn't about performing rituals. It's about matching the vibration required for the next chapter of your destiny. The portal does not open for effort. It opens for coherence. And right now, coherence is everything. So understand this. You're not being asked to be perfect. You're being asked to be aligned. Because once the portal fully opens, everything accelerates. There is a moment, and it is unmistakable. When the portal finally opens, it doesn't arrive with thunder or flashing lights. It arrives through sensation, through atmosphere, through a shift so subtle and yet so overwhelming that your spirit recognizes it before your mind catches up. When the 11th of November portal unlocks, the air around you feels charged. as if someone turned up the voltage of existence itself. A tingling begins in strange places, the back of your neck, your fingertips, the center of your spine, as if invisible currents are scanning your body. You may feel a pulsing warmth in your chest, or an inexplicable pressure between your eyes, like your intuition is stretching outward. Even your breathing changes, becoming deeper without trying, as if the body instinctively adjusts to receive what's arriving. Suddenly, the atmosphere feels different, still familiar, but not the same. The room feels alive. The silence feels thicker. Sounds echo differently. The air feels heavier yet somehow lighter, almost electric, like the world is holding its breath. Time becomes strange. Some seconds feel stretched, elongated. Others feel like they vanish too quickly, as if the universe is rearranging its rhythm to match yours. And in the midst of all this, emotions surge, not random, but rhythmic. A wave of peace followed by a wave of intensity, a moment of clarity followed by a moment of awe. You're not overwhelmed, you're awakening. And here's the important part. Whatever you feel in this moment is confirmation, not fear. These sensations are not warnings, they are invitations. They are the portal's way of saying, you are connected, you are tuned in, you are ready. Every shiver, every heartbeat that feels slightly out of sync, every moment of heightened awareness, all of it is proof that your energy is responding to a frequency far beyond the physical. Most people will dismiss these signals as stress, coincidence, imagination. But the chosen ones, they know. They feel the shift as clearly as they feel their own breath. Because when the portal opens, something extraordinary happens. The chosen are activated. Their gifts, the ones that were quiet, subtle, nearly forgotten, begin to sharpen. Intuition becomes louder than logic. Patterns become clearer. Hidden truths rise to the surface without effort. You start connecting dots you didn't even know existed. You realize that the delays, the losses, the unexpected changes of the last months were not random. They were positioning, rearranging, preparing your timeline for this exact moment. When the portal opens, your path rearranges itself to match your destiny, not your doubts. This is also the moment when the separation of timelines begins. Those who aligned, those who released what dragged them down, who listened to their intuition, who honored the purification, feel an immediate rise. Their energy expands. Opportunities appear. Signs multiply. They move into a flow where everything feels guided, supported, accelerated. But those who resisted, who clung to old identities, old fears, old attachments, experience the opposite. Their timelines tighten, blockages intensify, cycles repeat, not as punishment, but as consequence. The portal amplifies whatever you embody. Light rises, resistance collapses. This is why, during the opening, some people feel sudden clarity while others feel sudden pressure. Some feel lifted, almost illuminated, while others feel confused or emotionally heavy. The portal doesn't judge. It mirrors. It magnifies. It separates the version of you that's rising from the version that must be left behind. Everything you feel is directing you toward the life you are meant to align with. Synchronicities also explode in this moment. Numbers repeat with unusual precision. People you haven't spoken to in years suddenly appear. Opportunities that were stuck start moving. Conversations feel meaningful. Even coincidences take on a sense of purpose, as if the universe is speaking through the smallest things. The veil is thinner. The guidance is clearer. Every sign feels like it has weight. This is the moment the awakened feel seen, not by people, but by something higher. Something that has been waiting for you to notice it. But do not mistake this for the final phase. The opening of the portal does something even bigger, something deeper, something far more consequential than shifting your energy. Because the portal doesn't just open your intuition, your gifts, your emotions. The portal doesn't just open your energy, it opens your future. When the portal opens, the shift is instant, but the full transformation unfolds in a window of time that almost no one talks about. The next 72 hours are not ordinary hours. They are amplified, expanded, magnetized. The energy that erupts during November 11th doesn't vanish the next day. It settles into the atmosphere like a living current, stabilizing itself around you, observing what you do, what you think, what you allow, and what you reject. For 3 days, the universe becomes hypersensitive to the vibration you emit. Every emotion echoes louder, every thought travels faster, every intention carries weight. It is a window where reality stops behaving like a slow-moving river and starts behaving like a mirror held inches from your face. In these 72 hours, your inner world becomes the blueprint the outer world follows. If your thoughts are clear, your path becomes clear. If your heart opens, opportunities open. If your spirit rises, your timeline rises with it. But if your mind drifts into fear, frustration, or old stories, those frequencies multiply as well. The portal doesn't filter what you feel. It amplifies it. This is why your next choices are crucial. This is why these days cannot be wasted on autopilot. The energy is listening, and it responds quickly. Your thoughts right now are 10 times stronger. Your emotions are 10 times louder. Your intentions are 10 times more magnetic. It's not symbolic, it's literal. The electromagnetic field of the Earth spikes during this alignment, and your energy interacts with it whether you intend to or not. This is where reality begins to rearrange itself around your vibration. Conversations shift, situations shift, people shift, timelines shift. What seemed unlikely suddenly becomes possible. And what once blocked you suddenly dissolves. But only if your energy is aligned with where you want to go, not where you've been stuck. This is the moment where you must make choices not from fear, but from destiny. Not from wounds, but from wisdom. Not from habit, but from consciousness. Think with your soul, not your fear. Fear will trap you in the pattern you've been trying to escape. The soul will pull you toward the life you secretly know you're meant to live. Fear repeats. The soul evolves. Fear reacts. The soul chooses. And in the next 72 hours, every choice creates a ripple that becomes a wave that will shape the coming months of your life. Ignoring this window comes with consequences, not as punishment, but as misalignment. When you resist the portal's energy, opportunities slip through your fingers, connections fade, doors remain closed. You repeat cycles you were meant to break. You feel stuck in situations that were supposed to be temporary. The universe isn't working against you. It just can't deliver what you're not aligned to receive. When you hesitate, the timeline slows. When you cling to the old, the new cannot land. And the most painful part is this. The loss you feel later is not because you weren't chosen, but because you didn't choose yourself. But embracing this window, even slightly, activates everything. You feel accelerated, guided, supported in ways that defy explanation. Breakthroughs appear like stepping stones unfolding beneath your feet. People show up at the exact moment you need them. Synchronicities cluster together, pointing you toward your next move. Answers come in silence, and clarity lands in seconds instead of months. You sense divine timing wrapping around you, rearranging pieces you didn't even know were connected. The new reality doesn't just approach, it reaches for you, and once it touches you, things begin to unfold with a fluidity you've never experienced before. This is why the next 72 hours are sacred. They are a doorway disguised as time. A temporary suspension of ordinary rules. A period where intention becomes architecture, emotion becomes magnetism, and thought becomes destiny. And you are standing right in the center of it. Everything you have lived until this moment has brought you here, not to hope for change, but to create it. So understand this with absolute clarity. What you choose now determines the reality you step into. This is the moment everything has been leading you toward, every sensation, every whisper, every inner storm, every sign that pulled you here. It wasn't random. It wasn't noise. It was preparation. The portal didn't open around you. It opened for you. And right now, as you hear these words, something inside you knows that this is not just another night, not just another message, not just another piece of guidance. This is the turning point your spirit has been quietly waiting for. You were not drawn here by coincidence. You were drawn because your soul recognized the frequency before your mind even understood it. You were chosen to receive this message because there is a part of you, ancient, powerful, relentless, that refuses to stay asleep. There is a version of you that has been knocking from the inside, asking for space, asking for change, asking for awakening. And tonight, the universe answered. This is where destiny stops being a distant idea and becomes a present calling. This is the moment where everything you've endured finally makes sense. Every delay, every ending, every shift, every breakthrough disguised as loss. All of it was clearing the path for the person you are becoming. All of it was preparing your energy to withstand the frequency that is available to you right now. You are standing at the edge of a doorway that few are awake enough to see, and fewer still are brave enough to cross. So hear this with every part of your being. You are not here by coincidence. You are here because your soul remembered. It remembered the mission. It remembered the promise. It remembered the light you came to carry. And tonight, that memory is waking up. What comes next is not small. It's not subtle. It's not optional. The portal is open, and the version of you who has been waiting to rise is ready. The only question is whether you will step forward with intention, courage, and consciousness, or allow the old cycle to pull you back into what no longer fits. If you feel even a spark inside your chest right now, if something in you is stirring, trembling, expanding, that is your confirmation. That is your activation. That is your sign that the time is now. Before you go, declare it, anchor it, speak it into the timeline with certainty and with fire. Comment below, I am ready to enter the 1111 portal. Let's see how many awakened souls are crossing tonight. And now, receive this blessing. Let it wrap around your energy like a shield of light. May what is meant for you arrive with clarity. May what is not meant for you fall away without fear. And may the 11th of November portal open the path that was waiting for you all along. Step through.